What's up, y'all? This is Azra, and you are listening to A&T Friendship Diaries. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you as always for listening in. Oh, shit. What's up, y'all? And welcome to another edition of A&T Friendship Diaries.
Yes, we are back, and man, oh man,
It's been a hell of a night.
it has.
So let me let you guys know briefly. Our last recording of the Ultimatum, we had watched episodes 1 through 3, and we were supposed to watch 3 episodes at a time, come and talk to y'all, watch another 3, so on and so forth. But I will admit, I was the one who got greedy. And so now, tonight, we have to talk about the whole rest of the damn season because we binged it. We just went for it, starting at episode 4.
Yep,
Episode 4, all the way through to the reunion.
Yeah, we couldn't stop.
It was so good, though.
It was. That's why I can't wait to get into it. So we're just gonna go ahead and do our disclaimer now.
Go ahead.
Just remember, all this is in love. So if you ever find yourself one of our topics, just know that we ask that you keep your heart in your chest and not on your sleeve.
I mean, that's just how it is. Everybody else is talking, so here we go. The Ultimatum, episode 4, Girls' Night Out.
Hey.
Let me tell you something. Girls' Night Out was a trip.
It was.
They was really talking about what was happening with each other's mates. For me, that's an uncomfortable situation. Like, I can't sit here and hopefully not drinking some type of brown liquor and you talk to me about you and my mate cuddling.
Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. In the words of my homie, God rest his soul, I love you, DMX, when he was naming, it was Brenda, Letitia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Alicia. Like, if it had been any of them chicks there, y'all would have needed security. It would have been like Bad Girls Club in there because they was giving away too much information. Now, I don't know if that's, I would love to sit production down and say, like, so, hey, did y'all sit like some of the girls down and be like, I need you to go into the, because we need some juicy details.
Right, where they giving guidance on how to act. I'll tell you who clearly wasn't given any guidance. Madeline. Okay, no guidance asked for. Because she was on Ray. Be true to yourself. You know you love Jake. We all see it. Maybe she didn't say we know you love Jake. Sorry, that's a little scratch. But we can see the chemistry between you and Jake as if April wasn't sitting right there.
Exactly.
And I understand that's the point of the show, but Madeline was writing real hard for Ray and Jake to start some type of relationship. And for me personally, I'm not with that shit. April should have did what she did, and she just got up and left. So God bless her.
She did.
Yeah.
They did a little bathroom break, and I was like, oh, okay, well, the cameras didn't follow them there because
maybe she was in there crying.
I don't know.
You would have been crying.
No.
I know. I wouldn't have been crying either.
I'm like, hey, go tell man to come back home. And then I came out like, what's up, guys? Where's Better? I don't know. She'll be out in a minute.
It was real bad. I definitely did not enjoy them all the girls meeting up and talking. Like, it was, I'm sure for them it was uncomfortable because it was uncomfortable for me to even watch.
Exactly.
Nah, we're not discussing that. They should have just had drinks and talked about, hey, what do you do for a living?
I'm glad you brought that up because I have a quick question. So, like, for the sake of the experiment, because they were technically broken up.
Correct.
And so let me ask you something. Would you want to know what your partner did during that time? Or would it be like, we were broken up, so I didn't give you a play-by-play of who I dated before I got to you? Or, like, how did that dynamic work? Unless you agree beforehand. Like, I want to know everything you did, such.
Unfortunately for me,
You wouldn't have been there anyway, but anyway,
I definitely wouldn't have been there. But for me, I would have been like Shanique. I want you sitting in the corner missing me. Shanique told Randall, I don't want you enjoying yourself. I don't want you having a good time. I want you sitting in the corner missing me.
Shanice, that's childish.
Yeah, he did. He did. So I thought you were telling her that was childish.
No,
I was like, wait, what?
I mean, I get it, but see, so a lot of people out there be like, "Oh, that was childish. She can't sound." No, you have to read between the lines of what she's actually saying when she say, "I want you to miss me," because the thing is, she needed validation that his intentions were to wife her. It's something when you keep bringing up, "You were gonna get married," he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I wanna get financially stable," or he's saying whatever he's saying.
That was Randall's thing. He was saying that he couldn't propose right now because he was definitely more concerned about finances. And just from an understanding point of view, I do understand that. Because if you just pay attention, most men say that. Most men are like, I want to make sure my finances are straight. Now, I don't know what that looks like. Because I think that's a dumb saying.
Yeah, you gotta be more
like, yeah. What when you say your finances are straight, like, are you trying to pay off debt? Are you trying to make a certain type of annual salary? Like, what does when my finances are straight look like?
What is that picture?
Yeah.
Like, I need a 5-year plan, graphs,
Correct. PowerPoint.
Yeah, PowerPoint presentation. Let's bring it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Let's do it.
I don't know. But okay, so one of the other things on the Girls' Night episode is when Jake meets Ray's dad, and Ray's dad seems to kind of give his blessing about Ray and Jake. Everybody was team Ray and Jake. Everybody on the show, Ray's dad, like,
except Ray mama. I mean, not Ray mama, but except Jake's mother.
Oh yeah, Jake's mom.
She was clearly team April.
Jake's mom was clearly team.
But yeah, April. Everybody was.
Yeah, and her dad, when they went to the racetrack, seemingly gave his blessing.
You know what? Nobody ever even mentioned her and Zay. Like, everybody's like, "Oh my God, we see like you and Jake like have a connection." Like, nobody said nothing about
They're in a relationship. Hello, can we talk about her and Zay?
But she's the one that gave him the ultimatum.
Correct. Hell, she wasn't talking about him, so I guess they weren't talking about him either.
Can we skip that question? Okay, anyway, I digress. I'm not going.
I know you're not a fan fave.
In case you're wondering, I'm just gonna go and put that out there.
Gotta put it out there.
I am team Zay, okay, all day. All right, I got 6'5" reasons why I am team Zay. Okay.
In case you didn't know, he's 6'5". That's why she got 6'5" reasons.
Yes.
That's a tall, beautiful man.
What is that? What a beautiful chocolate man. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. You know what? It's you said it. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I am also team Zay. He's just, there's so many things about him. We can't even start talking about him because that's what the whole episode tonight will be about. The whole episode will be about Zay. And that's not fair to the listeners. We're supposed to be talking about the ultimatum. Okay, but just know we probably gonna come back to Zay. I did write down, okay, like I said, Jake meets Ray's dad. Dad kind of seems to give his blessing. I didn't really like that. Even if he's not a fan of Zay, you don't know Jake.
Right. Everybody was still meeting a representative. That's what I don't get.
Exactly.
Like
3 weeks.
When you date people, you don't know. Person. No, you don't see the real person in 3 weeks.
Absolutely not.
No.
So yeah, I didn't like that. He definitely was. Yay. So Zay meets Shanique's family. What did you think about that interaction?
I love that interaction. It's one of the reasons why that helped sway me a little bit to Team Zay. Because, when he started talking about his past and his family and all of those things, I was like, oh, I want to be like Ray. Was it? No, it wasn't Ray Jeannie. It was the other one. Woo, woo, woo.
Yes.
Woo, woo, woo. Like, I'm like, you know what? Seems like a really nice guy, I don't know him personally, but I'm just saying based on how he expresses himself. Maybe not the best every time, but he's very articulate, expressive, and
I love that about him.
I do too.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorite parts.
It was one of my favorite parts as well. That part of the episode did have me a little teary-eyed because, like you said, He gave background about his life growing up as a child, which he did not have the best childhood, clearly. And he said that his family doesn't even probably know when his birthday is because they never call him and wish him happy birthday. That broke my heart.
Happy birthday, Zay. I don't know when it is, but I just want to let you know. Whenever that day come around, happy birthday. Okay.
I'm dead.
And many more.
We don't even know when that baby's birthday is. What is that about?
It don't matter.
He's just happy birthday.
Every day can be his birthday. I don't care. I'm just gonna say happy birthday.
Oh, I'm dead.
Every day until I get it right. All 365 and 366 if you count a leap year. Like
I'm dead. Did you say you're gonna say it every day?
Every day. Right? I'm gonna get it right.
Yo, that's so
All I
funny.
need is 365 chances.
Okay, so somebody in Shanique's family said to him, I'll call you. You can call me and I'll wish you happy birthday. I thought that was so touching. I like people like that. Like, that's a good person. And I know that she probably meant that.
Yeah.
So I hope he calls her and gets a happy birthday wish, like dead ass, if that's something that's important to him. Shanique's family seems very loving, and like possibly they could be like family that he never had, and him not necessarily having to be in a relationship with Shanique because clearly she's in love with Randall. Shanique is Team Randall, just like we Team Zay.
Well.
Yo, it's so thick in here. I'm not even sure what just happened.
I mean, she could have Simba, but you know, I'm a Mufasa girl myself. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my God, not Mufasa. Okay, look. All right, so yes, they meet Shanique's family. We learned a lot about his childhood. Definitely made me and Thede fall for him even more. Felt some type of way that he's not able to talk to his family. Like, family's important.
It is.
And both of us have huge families.
Yes.
So think about just not having the family dynamic that we have. You know what I'm saying? I guess it makes you appreciate it a little bit more.
It does.
Because it sounds like he doesn't have anybody. Which, you know, sorry to that.
Yeah.
So also on this episode, Ray meets Jake's mom.
Mm-hmm.
You remember their interactions?
I do. I remember his mom saying, "There's a whole lot of Rays out there."
Yeah, she did. Which, ow.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this scene, and this is a quote because I wrote it down, Jake's mom says to Jake, after she tells Ray that her and Jake need to go and speak privately.
After she don't gassed up his ex all in front of her. Like, April is a go-getter, you know. He's not a go-getter, you know. He's not going to be there. And
April's
she's great. I love her. Like, she was
Filipino firecracker.
Right, Filipino firecracker. She was like,
yeah, she definitely was
right, reading her resume.
Yeah, she definitely was Team April. And she does tell Jake that there are tons of people out there just like Ray, which I don't know any other way to interpret it other than there's nothing unique. There's nothing special about her. Which I'm not saying that there is not anything unique or special about Ray. She could be very unique. I don't know her, but that's what his mama said.
Right. And I mean, we'll get to the end of it, the conclusion, but it sounds like Mama was right.
I mean, yeah.
As far as, you know, him
not
losing focus on what him and April has, like basically like, and I don't think she necessarily meant it derogatory towards Ray. I think maybe she meant like there's a lot of Rays out there, meaning every person you meet is going to be just like Ray until you get into the nitty gritty. Like, y'all are in
what's going on.
You're in the honeymoon stage. Like, you're still meeting the representative. You're getting swept off your feet.
That's a very good way to look at it.
Yeah.
He needs to just focus on him and April, whether it's stay together or don't stay together, is basically what you think his mom was trying to say.
Right. I'm using an analogy of, how they put couples together, put them on a beautiful tropical island. You got Mai Tais, margaritas every day, looking at the ocean, swimming. That's easy to fall in love because that's
really is
a fall in love type environment.
Yeah.
You could take that same couple and let's put them on, Skid Row. If y'all don't know what Skid Row is, you just look it up. But it's just a street of homeless people.
Correct.
And just let them live homeless for 3 weeks in a tent and see what love be enough. Hey, babe, I got a burger. We're going to split it at. Like,
see if they can make it.
Right. See if they can make it. It's going to be 2 different love stories.
Absolutely. If you and Zay was on Skid Row. I'm picking.
I'm like, how are we gonna fit you in this tent? Because you 6'5". Like,
I'm picking because y'all don't even understand the love that she got for this man. So I was just trying to see if she's willing to be on Skid Row with Zay for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'll be going to take me about a bag of chips. Like, they hungry. No, just like.
That's 6'5". I
gotta feed all the 6'5". Jeez.
Oh, I'm weak. All right, well, Shanique. Let's talk about her. I don't think we've given her a lot of conversation. I really like her.
I do too.
She seems like
beautiful
a very
person.
Yeah, she seems like a very smart girl. I'm definitely impressed by her family. Her family's from the islands.
Yes. Well, that food was looking good up on that table. Like that spread.
That food looked amazing.
I don't even eat seafood, but I was like, that looks good.
Yeah, it did. I think she comes from a good family.
She does.
Just from the outside looking in, they seem to be very close. And I feel like in whatever decision that she makes, her family is going to be a guiding light. You can tell her and her mom are close, that she listens to her mom, which is so important, daughters.
Please.
Especially if you got a mama that want your best interest, just listen.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful to have a daughter that listens to me.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Me too.
I don't know what mamas and daughters be going through.
I can't even imagine.
Nah, sometimes. I remember when my munchkin was growing up, people would say like, oh my God, wait till she turns 16. You're not going to be able to blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the heck they was talking about because she was good. She was, she wasn't perfect, but I ain't have to walk in her room and see her trying to sneak out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You see it on TV, ass in, head out. Like, what are you doing?
I ain't have to come on like, what a rent at? Like, who been in my purse? Like, I mean.
There's none of that.
None of it.
So, and you can tell that they have a very good dynamic, which I believe has helped her, even in her thinking, in her mindset. She probably goes back to her parents and bounces ideas off of them, even about the situation that the experience that they were put in.
Which is why she wouldn't settle and wouldn't allow Randall to settle, because I feel like she's a woman that understood or understands her worth. Yeah. And what she has to offer. I mean, she knew she wasn't perfect, and she did learn a lot in the experiment and everything. But it was just, her way of saying, "Hey, I'm not settling," and I'm, So I like her.
She was very confident in her and Randall's relationship, and I do like that. I did not like that at the girls' night event, Madeline once again was spilling the tea about what her and Randall was doing, and Ray leans over to Madeline and says to her, like, you're upsetting Shanique. And Madeline's like, I don't care. She needs to hear this. I really think that Madeline thought that Randall was going to choose her.
I mean, for what? She chose Cole. I don't understand. I'm so confused about her because the whole time she was Team Randall, and then I don't know what happened. What flipped? I mean,
and all of a sudden she was Team Kobe.
That might have something to do. I don't know, but y'all can't see me, but we'll get into it. But
yeah, she definitely did not even seem like she liked the boy that she came there with.
But it made sense because everything that Randall was doing, he was doing when the camera was off. So I think her fear was, I'm not going to leave this show and nobody know what I know that happened between us. So I felt like she was trying to put it out there on Front Street because she wanted to make sure that I'm not going to give him an opportunity to deny what we had, to deny our connection. Because he only kissed her the last day. But that was after he had already met with Shanique, and she had already told him about the
corner and listener.
Right.
Okay, so just to give y'all just a piece of background as to what Thee is talking about, Madeline makes a comment to Randall. No, first Madeline makes a comment and tells Shanique at the girls' night out that Randall had kissed her off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward a little bit more, and Madeline is talking to Randall,
tipsy,
drunk than a mug. And she says to him, "Why are you only vulnerable with me off camera? Why do you only do things with me off camera?" That shit is suspect as hell.
And not to mention, she came
like
up to him when she was drunk, and she was about to like lean him back on the bed, and he like slightly curved her and moved to the left, and he was like, "You're doing it. You're in front of the cameras." Yeah, and she was like, "I don't care."
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so why did he bring that up? Like,
I think he brought it up to remind her because she was drunk that this is not what we do on camera. Because it sounded like it was very much implied that things were going on when the cameras weren't rolling.
And that's what I want to know. That's okay. Let's go on.
I mean, no, it would. I'm intrigued. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not probably ever gonna find
especially
out.
Since we can get a hint.
I mean, I don't know. It did sound like something behind the scenes was going on,
and that's why I feel like I don't think she was being messy. I think she was making sure like you ain't gonna hide me.
Right. She's definitely not a hide her type of chick. Look how Kobe adores her. Kobe adores her. Anybody that would be with Madeline, if they not acting the way Kobe acts, he thinks that she hung the moon and the stars. You can tell in his actions.
Yeah.
In his words. He can be an ass sometimes, but
he know what he want, and that's Madeline.
And that's Madeline. That's the one thing he is sure of. And what woman does not want a man that is sure about her?
Right.
There's no guessing. He didn't even want to do the damn experiment. He was good. He wanted Madeline before they even got there. He's the one that gave her the ultimatum.
Exactly.
So yeah,
which is weird because she was all over Randall. Then she got mad because him and April paid her little game. Anyway, I don't know. Let's keep your notes because that might be another episode, and you know me.
Okay. All right. So that basically is a wrap to the girls' night out. Is that they meet each other's families. Some get blessings, some don't. I don't know. It was a weird episode. But then the next episode is pushing boundaries. And this is the episode where there just seems to be a lot of bickering. Like everybody was bickering. Zay and Shanique get into it. Madeline and Randall get into it because this episode, the pushing boundaries, is when they come home from the girls' night out and all the girls is drunk.
Yeah. And not to mention that Zay and Kobe got into it at the guys' night out.
They did get into it. You'll actually have to watch the episode if you haven't already watched to find out why they got into it. And then when you figure out why they got into it, can you email us and let us know? Because I didn't understand their argument. Like, even if you sit here and explain it to me, like, it didn't make any sense.
And you can email us at AT, like the letters A, the letter T, and then friendship, all lowercase, diaries @gmail.com.
There's that. If you have some type of insight onto why they got into it. But whatever. So yeah, this was an aggressive episode. That's what I wrote down for this episode. Aggressive.
I like a little aggression every now and then.
I mean, I do too, but damn. Zay and Shanique get into it. Madeline and Randall get into it. Madeline starts cussing at Randall, gives him a whole bunch of F you, F you. She walks the dog, remember?
Yeah, he goes out with her.
She leaves and goes and walks the dog.
Why are you doing this to me right now?
Yeah, she was very bothered that he would not be vulnerable and open on camera with her. She definitely felt like he was hiding her feelings for her, and she did not appreciate that shit. At all. I mean, but that's understandable. Yeah. You can't tell me one thing and then act a completely different way. Like, that's very confusing. It seemed like he was trying to play her.
I mean, she was confusing too because she was.
I mean, she was confusing.
I want to know what it. I want to find out what it's like to sleep with Randall, but then.
And then, right, the reunion show, which we're going to get into that. We're not there yet. But yeah, I don't understand Madeline because she definitely sends mixed signals. But Randall was also sending mixed signals, and maybe that's why they clicked. The mixed signal cool. I don't freaking know. But it wasn't good. The whole episode was just bickering. So that's it. That was the episode. Pushing Boundaries was about just that, pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
And they bickered and woo hoo hoo. Too bad, too bad. But this is also the episode right before they go back to their original partners.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they have like their little last dates and their little last conversations and talks that they're going to have with one another before they go back to their mates.
Yeah.
This is the episode where Shanique and Zay are at dinner.
Oh, yeah, with the little gift bag. I want to know what was in the bag.
Yeah, Zay had a gift bag next to him. We still don't know if she gave that to him or if he gave that to her. For whatever reason, Thede wants to know what was in the bag.
I do.
I'm less concerned about what's in the bag, and I'm more fixated on the fact that when him and Shanique were partying, he said to her, "You're like a disco ball. You light up the whole world." Yo.
Aww. Sigh, hashtag heart melt.
Yo, I'm sorry. That's smooth. Like,
I know. I was like, come on.
And he said it effortlessly. Like
it just rolled off his tongue.
It just rolled off his tongue. You like a disco ball. You light up the whole world. Imagine 6'5" standing over you.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I don't know. I think just because he's 6'5", because I think anything he could have said. Like,
did you picture yourself being her? Like,
I wouldn't heard nothing.
You say you wouldn't have heard nothing?
I probably wouldn't have heard it. I'm like, huh?
What'd you say you want to go to the disco?
What? Come again, say what? I'm sorry. I was looking up and I got dizzy. I was you're so tall. I got dizzy. But
I thought that was such a
it was
sweet
so
line.
sweet.
Do
you think Randall would have been that smooth? No, I'm just saying.
Leave Randall alone. I was already Team Zay. I'm just gonna bypass it. I was already Team Zay, but that comment made me even more Team Zay. I like the way. Okay, look, let's just take a minute and just talk about Zay for a second, because it's making my head itch. Zay, let's talk about him.
Whew.
6'5". That's what we call him around here.
Yeah, we call him 6'5". We don't even know if he's 6'5".
We really don't. That's so bad. He looks 6'5" though.
He do. No, just because on his Instagram he had a picture with like him and 3 other dudes, and it was like the caption was like 6'5" and up crew. So I just knew to start at the low, which was still tall.
And he was the tallest one, so he was the up. He wasn't the 6'5". If the caption said 6'5" and up, and he was the tallest, then he the up.
Come on in. And then he just looked tall on his
how tall
pictures.
Is that? How
I
tall
don't
is
know.
up?
I don't know. How tall is up? I'm about to Google that. Hey, Google. Hey, Siri. How tall is up?
Yes. Because I'm telling you, Zay, ladies and gentlemen, we can't even get into the thing with him and Ray yet, but I think I was gonna say Siri don't even know what the upside.
I was hoping she'd be like Zay Wilson. No, I'm just saying.
Just say his name.
Just say his name. But no, let's get back to Ray.
No, we're getting back to Zay. I like the way he dressed.
Yes.
His outfits were very, very smooth. Like, did you put that together yourself? Because, he's a model. I'm not saying he's not capable of putting it together himself, but I don't know how far into modeling he is. So does he have people? I don't know. But his outfits were fly.
And the fact that Shanique said to herself, look, Zay?
That baby's name is Shanique.
Oh, what I call her?
You always call her Shanice. That's not her name. Her name is Shanique. Sorry, Shanique.
Sorry, Shanique.
Jeez. Go ahead.
Shanique said, Zay is fine. And the fact that I hadn't slept with him yet is an accomplishment.
Correct. And she meant that.
She
because
did.
she's correct. She held her own to be paired with him and to be
And he's
very
so
vulnerable
different
and to be
from.
unsure. She stayed loyal to Randall. I mean, they did have their moments of whatever happened, when they had the infrared night vision camera on and her and Zay was up under the sheets. They did have that, but we don't know what happened.
No, we don't.
They could have just been laying there. That could have been as vulnerable as she was going to get, was just to even, because we never saw her allow him to really touch her unless it was a hug. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where we saw everybody else kissing and shit except for
their last night together.
Colby and April.
That's the only time that I've ever seen them kiss
So,
when they was going to depart. So yeah.
So who knows what could have happened, but yeah, she definitely did. I'm proud of her too. She said it was an accomplishment. I feel like she did accomplish something because I don't think you.
Oh, so you just gonna throw me out there on front of the street? You think I'd have failed?
I don't think you would have been able to hold your own. I'm looking.
So would you have been able to hold your own?
6'5".
I mean, why it's got to be
that's
a failure?
You see that smile? You see that smile he got? Yeah, no, she did good. I'm proud.
So we would have been like Ray, been there with our couple. I mean, our person, and just going.
Oh yeah, I forgot the premise of the show.
Just go walk off with
Zay so fine, he'll make you forget why you're there. I forgot the premise of the show. So no, I guess I would try to be loyal to the person I was there with. Dang it. Good job, Shanique. Lord have mercy. Cause yeah, he all right. This episode is also where it's the next episode when they get back with their mate is where we learn more about Ray and Zay's relationship.
Yeah.
And that whole situation, and the reunion show, she made up for it for me, but we won't even go there. For right now, though, all we know is that Zay is asking Ray for reassurance of the relationship, and mums the word on her end.
She fumbled the bag bad.
She definitely, in our opinion, she probably doesn't think she fumbled the bag.
And not only was he asked for reassurance, he gave her what she brought him on there for.
Exactly. She's the one who gave him the ultimatum. Mm-hmm. She wanted to get married, and he was ready to marry her.
Yes.
And then she said,
I don't think we're ready to be engaged.
I need some space.
No, boo, you ain't ready.
Correct.
Because Zay sounded like he was all the way ready.
He was ready. She was not ready. But at the same time, though, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, because that's what it is. That was the point of the show. To let her know.
She didn't want to be engaged. That wasn't her thing. That's what she thought she wanted. But in all actuality, that's not what she wants. Now, mind you, I personally think that is what she wants, but I don't think she wants to be engaged to Zay.
Huh?
I mean,
wait, what?
I know that.
Come again, say what?
I know that sounds absurd to you, but I think that's the case. She said on the show, like, we haven't been happy in a long time. I don't feel like you hear me. Like, she had a lot of genuine, you don't have to keep shaking your head.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We know that you are Team Zay. That baby was unhappy.
I'd have made it work. Like, hi, good morning. Yes, it's me, Theandra. So I know you didn't hear me today, so I decided to send you this message so you can hear me now.
You would have spoken anyway.
I've spoken. iPhone got where you can speak your messages. I wouldn't be texting. I'd be talking to him. Hey, I know you didn't hear me this morning, but
and I love you. That's how you would end it.
Right, like I've been heard.
Regardless if he says anything back, you've been heard.
I've been heard.
Yeah, you are so Team Zay. It's ridiculous.
Like I need a t-shirt. Team Zay. Talk to me nice.
Talk to me nice. Yeah, that's saying. Okay, look, I can't even start thinking about him in that saying because it does something for me.
Being heard's overrated. I'm kidding. I'm joking. All right, go ahead.
Ray doesn't give him any type of reassurance. She doesn't open her mouth and let him know that this is what she wants. He gets mad after he says, I love you. I'm trying to leave here with you. I want to be engaged. She's like, boom, I think I need space. He can't handle that. He leaves.
No, she said, I gotta go I don't feel good. I need to take a shower.
She did say she didn't feel good. She needed some medicine and she needed to lay down. It could have been allergies. They looked like they was out in the woods. I didn't like that shit. But he leaves and he's gone all night. And he does not get home until 8 in the morning. And Ray is pissed.
Yes, rightfully so.
Rightfully so. It's disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
And then she was like, you didn't have your location on.
I forgive you.
You so silly. Okay. And then she said that his location wasn't on. Okay, this is just my opinion, but couples who be doing that location,
I know this must be some new age dating because I'm like, it is understand me, y'all. Like, I'm not doing that.
That shit is weird to me.
It's weird.
Don't be like, oh, I was just trying to make sure you were safe. Like, if you're not safe, what you gonna do? You're not there with him and or her.
Right.
That's why you need the location to know where they are. I don't know.
I'm not about to tell my dude, hey, drop me your location.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
I don't know. But either way it goes, she was pissed about it.
She was.
She didn't know where he was. His location wasn't known. He wasn't answering her phone. And she wasn't having it. And ultimately, they break up. She says she's done. Oh, you rolled your eyes.
She was done before that night.
I think she was also done before that night too. But
I just don't like. Now look, I love you, Ray. I'm so happy that you found. It looks like you're finding yourself, and I think that is a beautiful thing. I think when you can go through experiences, and yeah, you may not come out on the. When you come out on them on the other side, you can look back and there may have been some things that you're not proud of, but I'm proud that, hey, you're living your truth now.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Happy.
And she seems happy. But it's like, I feel like you deserve to give him an explanation.
And she did not.
And she did not, because you brought him there. You gave him the ultimatum. And when he gave you what you wanted, you didn't. And then you made it feel like I broke up with you because of this one thing. And I think that's wrong. Now, she did say we've been having problems, but it was this one thing him not coming home was a deal breaker for her. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have deal breakers.
That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't think that it was a deal breaker. I think she was just tired. You heard her say, like, you're saying that you love me and you want to be married to me, and then you go and stay out all night just because I say something that you don't like. I was a little immature.
It was, but you can't tell me why.
But that was a little immature.
It was immature, but at the same time, you brought me here. So the whole point of us being here is for you to try to get me to your ultimatum. And I'm here, but I didn't get here the way you wanted. I didn't get here the way you wanted me to. That's the whole point of this experiment, to get where you wanted me to be, regardless.
However
I get there.
I got you.
So I did that, and it still wasn't enough.
No.
And to me, that I feel like he deserved more. Like, there's got to be something. Like, he was like, I don't know. I'm trying to change everything. I'm trying to be everything I think you need me to be. And it's still not enough. I just felt like.
That broke my heart when he said that. He said that he was trying to change himself to be what it is that she needed. Because
deep-seated, his parents,
right. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that either.
It's
don't change.
So what I am is not enough.
Yeah.
So I need
and
to
I don't
change,
mean fine in the physical. Like, there's adjustments, but not actual change. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just I'm like, just say.
His saying that he would change felt like, to me, if she went vegan, he'd go vegan. If she wanted to, stop showering, he'd stop showering. If she wanted to only like cats and not like dogs, but he loves dogs, he would stop liking dogs and only love cats. That's the way I took that. He's trying to be what it is that she wants. And I don't feel like anybody should have to do that.
But you know why he was confused? Because she didn't know what she wanted.
I mean, that's very true.
You can't be what somebody needs if they don't know
what it is that they need.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. So then after that, the next episode was them getting back with their mates, which we kind of already jumped into by talking about Ray and Zay. And ultimately, they get back together after the switch up, but they don't make it. Sorry to them. Jake and April, when they come back together, everything about Jake's body language said,
I don't want to be here.
I do not want to be here. Where is Ray? That's what Jake's body language said. Where is Ray? I want to be with Ray. He was mean to April as soon as he got back.
As soon as.
He was already checked out of the relationship. He should have just said, all right, I'm done. I'm good, y'all. You don't got to send me back with my mate for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to be there. He was not as lovey-dovey as we originally saw when they first got there because he had other shit on his mind, which says to me or confirms for me, if you're trying to fix one relationship, you can't be out there messing, talking, kicking it with somebody else.
You can't.
You can't.
Because you're going to be biased at that point.
Exactly.
Because you're just going to compare your everything that they're not. And yes,
you got to focus on what it is that you're trying to figure out. And if it's not going to work, okay, then move on.
How could you not focus?
How could Ray not focus on Zay? Is that what you're saying without saying their names? My goodness, you are so funny. No, I understand. Yeah, but Jake definitely did not want to be back with April. They was arguing from the jump.
And it's like it went over her head. I mean, I know I think she knew, but I think she just was like, I'm just going to try to get him back to the old Jake. And I think the old Jake was gone.
Yeah, he was with Ray. He was with her in body only. That spirit had left the building. He wanted to be with Ray. Point blank period. But either way it goes, I didn't think personally, I did not think that Jake was good for April, and I did not think that Jake was a good fit for Ray. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, how you get sorry, Ray, but how you show up on the show and ruin 2 relationships? Dang.
Yeah. I don't know if he is.
She didn't ruin it, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying.
He seemed
so willing.
He did seem very willing. And I think right now, if she was like, hey, let's do this, he would be right there. Because I think he really wanted to try to explore that relationship.
Do you think he miss April? I don't think so. I didn't get that vibe. Do you think he's like...
After watching the reunion show, I do not get the vibe that he misses April. And I do not get the vibe that April misses him. Yeah. So, que sera, as they say.
Yeah.
Because everybody happy. She looked good.
She do.
She did look good at the reunion for sure. We're not supposed to be on the reunion. We're supposed to be back.
Shout out April.
Shout out to April. We're supposed to be back on them getting back with their partners for the 3 weeks. Colby and Madeline get back together for the 3 weeks.
Oh, God. They're exhausting. I love them, but they're exhausting.
They were very exhausting. They argue a whole lot, and Madeline leaves us basically saying that she doesn't want the relationship. Now, what ultimately happens is very confusing, but that's what she's saying, that she doesn't want the relationship. And I can kind of understand why. Colby he's a little different.
Yeah, he's a little different.
Yeah.
He's a little different. Yeah.
You think they was good for each other, though?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
All right.
I don't know what else to say. Yeah. He knew he wanted her. Let her tell us she knew she was going to marry him. She just didn't know when.
Right. Well, ultimately, somebody's going to answer the ultimatum.
Yes. Let's get to it. Get into it, yeah.
Well, in the answer to the ultimatum, we know that Ray and Zay break up. So it's either marry me, or I leave with the person I get paired with,
or we break up,
or I leave by myself.
Yeah.
And ultimately, Zay ended up leaving by himself.
Yep. And April, they both left by themselves.
That's it. That's all you got is to Zay leaving by himself.
That's all I can say. I don't have nothing else to say.
Oh no, she's got something else to say. She really does. I wish you guys could see her face. She's got something else to say, but she's not giving it to us this evening. I don't know why.
I'm just, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm speechless.
All right. Well, she's speechless. I'm not speechless. I'm glad Ray and Zay didn't stay together. I didn't think they were a good match. I think that they were compatible simply sexually. They talked about it. They seem to have a really good sex life. Remember, Zay said, picture two lions going at each other. So I'm pretty sure, as a lion, that the sex was pretty good, but they couldn't even talk to one another. Well, hell no, she couldn't really talk to him. So it kind of gave the impression.
Do lions talk? I mean, I know Mufasa and Simba and all them made it seem like it, but I mean, yeah. Talking is overrated. No, just
you so stupid.
We're supposed to be fruitful and motherfuckers. I'm just playing. I'm kidding.
They didn't have a lot of communication, and he was very expressive to her. She wasn't expressive to him. We do see in the reunion show that she does realize that. She does see that. She does apologize for that. And she begins to be more expressive, yes, which is definitely a win out of the situation, yes, because it's going to help her in every area of her life, being her own advocate, like, period. Yeah, period. So shout out to Ray for that. Little maturing, a little growing up. Yeah, that was good. Randall and Shanique, they end up together. He proposes.
Yes.
He answers the ultimatum, and his answer is, we're gonna leave engaged. Don't do that. They was crying. It was weepy. It was so sweet, though. It was. You're not right.
I laughed the whole time.
You did laugh the whole time. He was nervous. Shanique was nervous. You could see it. They were so cute. They're a young couple. I definitely am rooting for them in the long run. You obviously don't care, so that's that. That's ain't no problems.
I mean, I'm glad she got what she wanted.
Ain't no problems. Yeah.
Yay, Randall.
April and Jake don't make it.
No, they don't.
April wanted Jake to propose. Jake said, through this experiment, I'm still not ready. I tried to get to where you wanted me to be, and I am not there. And so April cries, and then we see her exit stage left. But then we see Ray pulling up to meet Jake.
I mean, if they was just letting people pull up.
You would have pulled up and picked up Zay. How did you know?
I mean, y'all just letting people pull up.
Ray pulls up. Jake is sitting there waiting on her. And I have mixed feelings about that. I understand he wasn't happy with some of the issues that him and April had. But I think for him, the icing on the cake was Ray.
Yeah.
They weren't going to make it regardless. After that, like episode 1, when they're all in the pool, or episode 2, and he find out that him and Ray have all of these things in common and so on and so forth, I think him and April's relationship was dead in the water at that point.
It was doomed.
I do. I don't think that, just from watching, my opinion, I don't think that he gave it a fair shake. Now, mind you, I get it. You're either, you switch partners, maybe you're going to fall for the person that you get linked up with. So that's part of the show, and he lived true to that. But I also think that's real messed up. They have been together 2.5 years.
3 weeks.
And you spend 3 weeks with Ray. And that ultimately, I get it. April don't listen to you. April talks a lot. Blah, 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 blah. But you've been dealing with it for 2.5 years. The difference.
Ray done the same thing though. So I wish I could be a fly on the wall for them 3 weeks.
Yeah. What changed?
What made Jake in those 3 weeks walk away from a 2.5 year relationship with April? And we'll talk about the finale in just a second for it to end like that.
Right.
And what did Jake do in them 3 weeks for Ray to make her walk away from Zay? I don't know.
They were very compatible. They did get along, but I don't know. I don't understand it. But it happened. We saw it. And then Madeline and Colby.
Oh, that was the cue. Oh, are we on the how they ended up just?
Yeah, the ultimatum. What happened with them?
She married him.
Correct, she did.
Literally, like he proposed and they got married. Like he was smart because we're not about to leave here. You'll see why when we talk about the reunion. I want to know. I got another surprise. We're gonna do it today. What? Not only did she say yes, but they got married all on the same day.
All on the same day. After in my opinion, she dogged Colby the whole entire show. She wasn't happy with him. Her friends didn't like him. He deflects.
He's a narcissist.
He tries to live in this life. She did not. I can't think of one thing good.
Randall checks off every box on her list.
She said Randall was the perfect guy. I ain't hear her say anything remotely nice about Colby. And she married him. Not only did she say yes, because he's the one who gave her the ultimatum. Colby gave Madeline the ultimatum.
I got my thoughts on it.
Not only did she say, okay, let's get married, they got married like 2 minutes later. Now I'm pretty sure maybe it was real, maybe it wasn't real. I don't know. But the intention was implied that
that was a real
that they was getting married.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, yes, and to the altar. After she pretty much begged Randall to be like, tell me how you feel about me. Like I felt like she wanted to be with him.
Man, 3 weeks ago, she was about to give it to him. And we'll talk about that when we get to the reunion.
She was about to give it to him. She wanted to give it to him.
Yeah, she pretty much
yeah, on a platter.
On a platter.
He didn't want it.
2 pieces and a biscuit. He didn't want
it. Because he already knew he wasn't going to mess things up with Shanique. He knew that Shanique is the type of female that if he would have strayed, I feel like she wouldn't have let him come back. I don't think she would have gave a damn about it being a show. I don't think Shanique would have cared about any of that. You slept with her? Nah, you can't come back from that. I really believe she's that type of chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nah, he wasn't. Again, Madeline was trying to hand it on a platter, and that's why he was like, nah, like I'm on a diet. That baby was not trying to fight at all. Like, nope. So that's it. Madeline and Colby make it. Shanique and Randall make it. April and Jake don't make it. Ray and Zay don't make it. Starting from episode 1, I did not think that this was how this was going to end.
That's why I was like, we gotta watch this.
I did not think Madeline and Colby would make it. I thought April and Jake would make it.
Yeah.
I did not think Ray and Zay were going to make it. And I did think Shanique and Randall were going to make it.
I didn't know, because I was like, man, Madeline put it on kind of heavy. You know, I was iffy about them, but
she did.
What was the 2 couples that did not participate in the experiment?
Yeah,
they were on the
other 2 couples. They were on the reunion show.
Have we gotten a reunion yet, or are we getting to that next?
No, we can talk about the reunion right now. So that was Nate and Lauren, Alexis and Hunter. Alexis and Hunter get engaged, episode 2. So they don't even do the experiment. And Nate and Lauren have that weird engagement. And so they also don't make it through the experiment.
Correct.
Because Nate asked Lauren to marry him right after Hunter asked Alexis.
And they brought Alexis back for her bachelorette party.
Yeah. That was it.
But
they weren't on the show.
Yeah, they weren't on the show.
But they were on the reunion.
Yes.
What did you think about the reunion?
I'm telling you the big shocker for me. When Madeline came out pregnant.
I said wait.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That was it. That was the one for you.
That was the one for me because I'm like trying to do the math. Like, I'm still saying, like, look, we just got to make sure that baby ain't got no melanin in his skin when he born, or she, because it's a girl.
It is a girl. I don't think there was any hanky panky with her and Randall. I think her and Kobe are going to have a beautiful, or maybe have had a beautiful baby girl.
I hope so.
You don't gotta
she said
you don't gotta count back the dates.
She looked a little pudgy, which may be why I'm gonna put my fingers away, which may be why helps me understand how you go from I did not think y'all were gonna make it to you marry him and no, you accept his proposal and marry him on TV and to come to find out like you're like I'm like, so did you find out you was pregnant? Sometime during the show, right? And that made your decision for you because nothing lined up.
On the reunion show, y'all, she's huge.
Yes.
Hopefully y'all have seen it.
She said she's 7 months pregnant.
She's 7 months. And I believe she's 7 months.
Yes.
Madeline liked to eat. So she probably.
But the show was 6 months ago or 6.5 months ago.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, because you could say you're 7 months and, well, wait, if she waits.
See, there you go with them fingers.
Sorry,
to do the math.
If the baby early, like she's a preemie. If she late, you were like, she would never come.
No, let Madeline and Colby be great.
What was this?
We wish them well.
I wish them well.
Why are you laughing?
What was that movie? Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yes, you're stupid. Okay, so also on the reunion, we get a chance, like I said, we get a chance to see everybody.
I know I ain't the only one that was thinking that though when she came out pregnant. I'm just saying.
No, you weren't probably the only one that was thinking that, but I wasn't thinking it. I was thinking she looked absolutely beautiful.
She did look beautiful.
She is wearing the heck out that pregnancy glow.
She is.
And
let's talk about Kobe in the hair. Come on, Kobe.
Let's talk about Kobe in the reunion episode. He looked mighty, mighty good.
He did.
There was 9 other episodes before the reunion, and he didn't give it to us until the reunion show. He did not.
Marriage looked good on both of them.
Marriage does look good on both of them. I did not.
And they're the only couple that's married. That's why I'm tripping out. Like, y'all were the least couple I would think. And y'all are the only couple.
Correct.
That actually are married from the Ultimatum.
Yep.
Which, remember, before we found out what type of person he was, we were like Team Kobe.
We were.
Okay.
We were.
Because he was so sweet. I just love Madeline. You just kept tearing up. And every time they'll cut to her, I like Randall. Y'all go back and listen to our first episode. You'll see.
Yeah, she definitely was loving some Randall and Kobe was loving some Madeline. It was not fitting. It was not making sense. But they both look good now. He looks really good. This hair that he got, that Farrah Fawcett feathered hair.
I knew you didn't see
it. That shit is beautiful. Can I?
Did you say come?
Stop making me laugh so that I can ask.
Kobe Fawcett?
Kobe. If I can get that in a wig. Because when I said that hair was beautiful, okay, layers upon layers upon layers. That hair was gorgeous.
Shanique, shout out to Shanique. Her hair was gorgeous too.
Shanique looked wonderful.
Bruh, she looked good. She was glowing. Even though her and Randall ain't together. Maybe that's why she's glowing. I don't know. No, they back together. I'm just kidding.
But they were apart.
Yeah, they broke up for 6 months.
Yeah. But now they are back together. Yeah. We did learn that on the reunion that her and Randall took a little time out.
Wish y'all the best of luck.
Yeah, definitely. And it's gonna sound stank, but I really didn't feel a type of connection with Randall on the show. I did feel a type of connection with Shanique. So yes, the best of luck to both of them, but I really want her to win. And not just like the show was over, so I don't mean for the show. I mean just in life. Like I want her to be great and be successful and get the things that it is that she wants. She seems like she was just a good person. So yes, they broke up. Now they're redating for a little bit, or they've just started redating. And we'll see what happens with them. I hope they do a follow-up because they're the originals. They're the original, group. They're the first season.
Speaking of the originals,
coming up next. Yes. But yeah, April. April, April, April.
She was killing that red dress.
April looked so good at the reunion show. She's a blonde. That hair was gorgeous.
Banging.
That she looked like she done put on a little bit of weight, like the perfect amount of weight.
In her face. You can even see it in her face.
You can see it in her face and in her arms. And we are going to call that additional weight that she has put on happy relationship weight. Mm-hmm. Because she says she's in a relationship now and she is very, very happy and feels very secure. And I think that's a great thing because that's what people want in a relationship is to feel secure. That's what Zay was asking for.
That's all he was asking for.
We're not going to get back on that. I shouldn't even said that because I just gave you the opportunity.
No, I'm not. I'm done. I'm done with Zay. I wish you the best of luck, Zay. April, wish you the best of luck as well.
Yeah, she looks great. One of the things that April said, which just confirmed for the both of us, is that she knew right when her and Jake got back together for those 3 weeks, when they switched back to their original partner, she knew that Jake had already checked out of the relationship. In watching it, you can see that he's checked out. He's not affectionate with her. He's always seems to have an attitude and seems pissed off. And if he thought that she didn't see that shit, I mean, we saw it.
That's why
she was in the room with him feeling that energy.
When she gave him that pregnancy test and it was negative, that's why she said, I guess you're happy. He was like, why would you say that? Yeah, because all of your
whole body says that you don't want to be here. And if she hadn't been pregnant, I feel like she's the type of person who would have been like, don't stay now just because I'm pregnant, because I can already tell that you don't want to be here. She could tell that his mind was with Ray. It was very apparent.
Very.
Ray at the reunion show. Oh my gosh. Really? Did you roll your eyes?
I know. I didn't roll my eyes.
She rolled her eyes, y'all.
I mean, like I said, Ray, I'm very proud that she found what, she needed. I mean, she realized in the ultimatum that she wasn't ready to be there for Zay. And like Nick Lachey's wife said, it's best they find out now before they're like married 2 or 3 years, with kids.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I get it. I'm happy for her. I just, wish her the best of luck as well. So, I mean.
That laugh wasn't, sorry, the laugh was bad timing. I laughed because Phoebe put it in a nice little bow and wrapped it up. I wish her the best of luck as well. This chick says she's dating a woman.
I know I was trying,
You just gonna not touch that?
I'm just.
You're just gonna
that's
go
why my
from the
mind
fact
is
that
like,
she went from 6'5" to a woman. We not gonna discuss that. We're not gonna talk about that.
Is the woman 6'5"? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. That's why I was it just confused me even more because I was like,
she gave him the ultimatum.
Yeah, I'm just confused.
You gave an ultimatum to a man. Well, maybe after that she was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. She said she was bi.
Yeah, and it wasn't a shock to him. He didn't seem surprised. So maybe that's something that he
knows about her.
Yeah, our job is not to judge you; it's just to love you.
Period.
That's it. No judgment zone. We're just gonna love on you, and that's all that we can do. So I just don't get it. And maybe she had to go through this journey to get to where she is.
Very true. Very true.
I can't speak for him, but I'm pretty sure Zay was just like, we could have done all this without the cameras,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because he was hurt. Like he poured his heart out.
He did.
He literally wore his heart on his sleeve.
You remember when Ray flipped out when she found out
that
about
was the
him
most
and Shanique?
Passion I've ever seen.
Yeah, she was very passionate about that. We didn't get none of that for 9 whole episodes, but that reunion, her voice box was working. She was pissed. So when they had switch partners and Shanique and Zay were together, at the very end, we don't know what happens, but Shanique and Zay are under the covers. We don't know what happened because they undercovers.
Right.
But when Shanique and Randall get back together, she tells Randall about it, as she should have.
Mm-hmm.
Zay does not tell Ray that him and Shanique was up under the covers. And she's pissed. She flips out. Even though they're not together, but I understand why she flips out.
Yes.
She's thinking about all the years that he's flipped out on her about dudes that she wasn't even messing with. And here it is on camera, on film, on national TV, that he was up under the covers.
I don't think it was dude she was messing with, because in the reunion she was like, "That's you was flipping out on me on Jake. You kept saying that about Jake and this and that." And when I would go hang out with Shanice, because her and Shanice are like best friends now.
Shanique, correct.
Shanique, sorry again. They're best friends now. Well, not best friends, but they're friends enough to where she was like, "I'm not mad at you. It's his place to tell me." So when I used to go hang out with her, that's why you would be upset about me hanging out, or
because he didn't want her to find out.
Right. Or you think when I go, or if I am out doing something, that I'm secretly meeting up with Jake, is because you accuse me of being with him. So even if so it looks like she told him nothing happened between us, but he's like, "Oh yeah, something did.
Something did happen."
Yes. And so she's like, "How you gonna keep telling me something happened with us, and then you knew something happened with y'all, but you didn't say nothing, and you made me feel like, you didn't believe me, and you the one that's holding the secret all this time."
He was holding a secret. He should have told Ray about him and Shanique, whether they was gonna stay together, not be together, because even though they did break up on the show, when the show was over, they got back together. That was a perfect time for him.
Mm-hmm.
We getting back together. Let's start off on a truthful and great note. This is what happened while I was paired up with Shanique for those 3 weeks. But he didn't. And I don't like that.
No, he should have told her. He definitely should have told her.
Yeah, she was hurt. Regardless of whether she wanted to be with him or not, to find out on TV in front of other people, that's dirty.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. It was dirty. He could have told her afterwards. He didn't have to keep it from her.
No, that wasn't right. But it looks like everybody got what they needed, what they came on the show for.
Yeah.
They all seem to be very fulfilled in their decisions, in their experience.
The commitment to it, even if it didn't end the way they wanted it to end, I think all of them matured for him. Like I said, I commend all of you, like I said, to put your life out there.
Yeah, it's not something I could have did.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Well, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't have, couldn't have done that. So I commend all of you for, letting your life be an open book.
I'm telling you, I would have been like, Shanique, you need to be sitting in the corner missing me until we can switch back for these 3 weeks. Cuddling? You was cuddling? Not cuddling. No. We know what cuddling means too. Cuddling, back massages, play fighting. We know what road them 3 things lead to.
But they don't have to. But yeah, we know. But,
the sun don't have to come up every day, but it do, bless the Lord. They usually have to.
Right, which means, so, like, that's why I'm saying, like, all that off-camera kissing. There's no video evidence. She had to tell him what Zay did because they were on video. That's all I'm saying.
So if it wasn't recorded, you think she would have told Randall?
I'm not saying she probably would have told Randall, but do you think Randall would tell her even if it did?
Oh no.
My point exactly.
I think he was definitely trying to enjoy himself for the 3 weeks.
I don't think he would tell her, not because he wouldn't want to tell her, but because he probably like,
Shanique don't play that shit. What Shanique tells Zay, not today, not tomorrow, not next week. I am not the one.
I am not the one.
She was not playing.
You remember you had to rewind like 2 times when they had that argument. He just threw his hands up.
He
like
threw his hands up because he already know
right
who he dating.
So
there ain't no games to be played. That's why I like Shanique. I don't know, baby. When is your birthday? When I say she's a no nonsense girl, I love that.
Yeah. So that's just me personally. I don't think he would tell her, and why would he have to? Because there's no proof.
There was no evidence.
There was no evidence, which
Madeline
is why
clearly
Madeline,
said,
we wouldn't have got what we got from them even being together if Madeline hadn't told it.
Yeah.
Because he only kissed her at the end. So
she's the one who let us know that there was shit going on off camera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because did you ever see anything?
Nope.
Sneaky, my point exactly.
Sneaky.
Randall's sneaky.
I don't like that. But either way it goes, him and Shanique are gonna try to give it.
What do you say at the dinner? I enjoy myself. Her mom said, "Excuse me, what? Come again, say what?"
His mama said, "You
enjoyed yourself."
You enjoyed yourself.
I mean,
Shanique's mama said, "You enjoyed yourself." Yeah, because that wasn't the right response.
Right, and then he was like, I didn't hate it.
Right.
Oh, you changed it real quick. What did you enjoy, Randall?
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing, but I like, I'm just being messy.
He was just trying to play it off as though he was just going with the experiment that he was supposed to, which I do believe that he was, but I also believe there was some underlining shit there that was totally different than Jake's, that was totally different than Zay's. Of course, they're their own individual people, but there was something sneaky about him for sure.
Like I said, we just
Jake wasn't sneaky.
Hope baby Kobe.
Jake wasn't sneaky.
Madeline.
Jake wasn't. I'm just gonna keep saying
Eddie Melanin.
I'm just gonna keep saying.
Okay, I'm just saying.
You don't have to count the numbers. That is not what happened.
I'm not counting numbers. Baby, all I'm saying is it's easy to take stuff to the grave when there ain't no proof.
I mean, that's very true, but
I'm just saying.
Now that chapter is closed.
It is closed. It was just weird.
And this Kobe and Madeline and the making
and then
of their family. And
then they broke up. We don't know why. Like, it was just a whole lot. But their journey is their journey.
That's right. I forgot about that.
They broke up for 6 months. She dated somebody else.
I wonder if she gave the ring back to Randall.
She didn't have it on her finger.
She didn't have it on her finger. They're not engaged. They just got back
I just don't know what happened from
the end of the show of getting engaged.
That sound. They was boohooing. They was boohooing. To go from that to the reunion to not only are we not engaged, we broke up for 6 months and I dated other people and we just got back together.
Yeah. And
like, how did you go from that to that?
Right. They said they realized like they needed to both work on some things. Which there's nothing wrong with taking a step back and getting your shit together.
No, what happened was they done a DNA test and they found out that Madeline baby ain't his, so now they can get back together and work it out. I'm just playing. That's not true. We don't know.
We don't know that. That is not true. I personally think Madeline and Kobe have made a beautiful baby girl, and I cannot wait until she gets here to see her looking like her mama and her daddy. Randall not stupid. I don't care what you say. He know who Shanique is. He know who he was dating. I'm
gonna just say one thing.
Nope. I'm gonna turn your mic off. Nope.
There was a man.
No.
That proved the contrary to what you just said, that Randall ain't stupid, which he may very well not be. But there's a guy called Jerry Springer.
Girl.
That brought us stuff every day that showed us how stupid
people can be. I mean,
you can never say never. That's all I'm saying.
You can never say never, but in this case,
I bet you when they post the pictures and if she ain't got no melanin in her skin, I bet you Randall gonna sign a relief. But what made them break up? You don't want to know? I know it ain't our business, but it's just like, how did y'all go from like they was snide? This dude was sweating.
They were stupid engaged.
And she's like, I'm engaged.
Yeah, they were gassed to now they're not engaged. I don't know what may have happened. I don't think it's what you think it is.
No, I'm just I'm just messing around, y'all.
I know. I think they just needed a little time out, which is rightfully so, though. Okay?
Or it could be the other way around. Look, I'm finna have you back, Randall. It could have been that, when Shanique, told Randall about what really happened between her and Zay.
Because we don't know.
What happened. But I know what I would have done. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, it could have been the other way around. And he could have been like, I mean, I thank you for telling me, but that could have been, because we don't know when she told him. We don't know if she told him after the ultimatum.
Right.
Because I probably, I mean, when would you have told him? Because do you really think he would have proposed? I don't know. So it could, who knows? It could have been, yeah. So I'm not gonna leave you out there hanging around. I got your back. I can play devil's advocate. Is that how they say it?
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, the whole thing was about somebody in the partnership wanting to get married, and the other person was dragging their feet. And I feel like with marriage, there should be some dragging of the feet in this day and age. When you and I got married, I feel like that was a different time, even though we're not like old heads. But people nowadays get married and have that shit annulled and be divorced like in less than a damn work trial period.
New York minute.
90 days before you even get benefits. Here you go.
Yeah.
I feel like they should. I feel like it's not.
It's a big decision.
It's a huge decision.
It's a life changing. Well, we're not gonna get into all the semantics of it, but you're about to literally.
No, I want to get into.
You're gonna literally tie your soul to somebody else.
Exactly, your soul, your name,
a covenant,
blood, DNA, because then y'all gonna come together.
Children, and make children. You're mingling bloodlines. Like it's deep.
You're bringing families together.
Yes,
my family, his family. Absolutely, there should be some dragging of the feet. If you're not sure, don't do that shit.
Yeah. No.
If you have any type of doubt, don't do that shit. Not right then.
No.
I'm not saying don't get married, period. But if in that moment you are not sure, don't. Who's to say? Who's to say that you have to be married right now? Who's to say that marriage is the be all of be alls?
Right. Because it's sometimes it's just like an idea, or people love the idea of marriage, but
they love the idea of a wedding.
Yeah.
That's men and women. That's not just women.
Yeah, they love the idea of marriage.
Because men
idea
like
of a wedding.
Men picture themselves in tuxedos and their
boys
in tuxedos and all that good stuff. They do just like how women picture their bridesmaids and how.
And you gotta have more than love, because you're gonna wake up some mornings and look at your partner and be like, "Why did I even?"
Correct.
So on those days, you gotta have something else.
You gotta have something else more than love. Love is not always gonna be the answer.
No.
What they say, you're not gonna love your mate every day.
No, you're not. You're not. So
not that you're not going to be in love, but just that that feeling.
Let's be real. It's gonna be some days you're gonna be like, I don't even know why I loved you. I don't know why I'm in love with you. I don't even want to be with. Like it's gonna be some days where it's all of the above.
Correct.
But even on those days, you got to have something else
that keeps you
pushing forward
and making the marriage work. Absolutely. And I feel like the both of us can speak on this because, two married women. It's not like we just talking. I feel like we have an inside view. Marriage is work.
It's work. And shout out there, I am single now, widowed. So I don't want y'all to think, oh my gosh, she married and just all on a...
No, oh, yeah, that's very true. She is a widow, like she said. Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
I just want to put that out there so y'all won't be thinking, oh, I feel sorry for her husband. No, it's not like
she
that. She
all on Zay talking about Zay, what her husband.
No,
she is single.
Yes, I am.
I'll say been married.
Yes, been married.
Been married. Yes. It's not an easy thing combining your life and sharing your life with someone and learning to compromise and learning that I remember my mom told me in marriage you have to pick and choose your battles.
You do.
Not so much like a battle. That sounds crazy. But do I want to fight with him today about leaving his socks on the floor? Or do I just want to pick him up and shut the fuck up and keep going?
Right. You got to.
Some days I'm going to fight with him that his socks is on the floor. And some days I'm just going to pick the socks up and keep going. That's just what it is. Mm-hmm. How happy, how peaceful do you want your household to be?
Right.
And those are mature things And you have to be on a mature level to be able to think maturely and to get through a marriage.
Yeah, because it's a journey. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint.
No, you gotta drink water.
Yeah.
Stretch.
All of that. But it's a beautiful thing. It can be a beautiful thing.
Oh, most definitely.
And so
I wouldn't do it again.
Well, I'll do it again and again and again.
She would do it again.
And again and again.
I wouldn't do it again. And it's not even because my marriage was horrible. I just learned a lot about myself. And I feel like the people that we just watched on these shows
learned a lot
about themselves as well. And some of the stuff that you learn about yourself, you may not necessarily like. Yeah. And you just have to be honest with yourself.
You do.
And in being honest and being transparent with yourself will let you know whether or not certain journeys are for you.
Exactly.
And in being honest with myself, I don't feel like the marriage journey is for me just because of who I am. The marriage journey is not for me. Again, I don't want a second t-shirt. I'll keep the first t-shirt. I got married and survived this shit. That's what my t-shirt say.
Oh my.
Yeah. Marriage.
It's a beautiful thing. I do it over and over again.
Damn,
but
over and over again?
Over and over again. Like,
you better be a hopeless romantic.
I am. That's me. I'm a hopeless romantic. I
used to be.
Yeah, I am. I love love.
I do love
and
love.
I love to give love. And I love to receive love in all aspects of form of what that is, because love is different for everybody.
Very true.
And I just like, having somebody to share that with. I think it's a beautiful thing. Well, I had a great experience. My husband was wonderful. God rest his soul. But
luckily for you, luckily for me, I got you and our audience. I'm gonna love on you. I'm gonna love on our audience and keep it pushing. I don't know. Maybe one day again, marriage will be in the cards for me, but I'm not looking for it. I'm not searching for it. I'm not talking to God about it. I'm just trucking right along.
Yeah, I know a lot of people feel that way, but hey, like we've learned watching the Ultimatum, and they've learned, walk in your truth, whatever that is,
whatever that looks like for you.
Awesome. So we know we're supposed to bring you extra episodes, but we binge watched it because we could not get enough.
This is the end. This is the end of the Ultimatum. We've done it. We've watched it. So.
Yeah, we've commented on it. Do you want to give them a tease for our next series episode that we're going to watch, or are we going to make them tune in to see?
No, I think we should go ahead and let them know. Now that we finished the Ultimatum, we are going to rewatch. Okay, let me just be vulnerable and honest and transparent with y'all. When we started this podcast, it was not supposed to be on the Ultimatum. My sister Thidi watched it and came and told me about it and was like, you got to watch it. We got to talk about it. It's a reality show, but it's the ish. And so that's how we got on the Ultimatum. The plan was to start a podcast and review one of our favorite shows, another show that she got me hooked on. You always be getting me hooked on shows now that we talking about it.
We're just alike. That's why
we are. The Originals. That's what the podcast was.
Nick Klaus Michelson. That's all I'm gonna say. Look here, if you have not watched The Originals, look, I'm a supernatural person. This is a plug. CW they're not a paid sponsorship, but you got to go find The Originals, because I'm telling you, that Nick Klaus Michelson, we're gonna get into it.
We are gonna get into it. We are gonna.
Y'all thought I was Team Zay?
Zay ain't got nothing on Klaus for her. Not at all. She was Team Zay because we was watching this show, but in real life, all the daggum time, she is Team Klaus.
I mean, how could you not be? He's a vampire werewolf hybrid. That's all I'm gonna say. Go check it out, The Originals. Because if not, we're gonna spoil it for you.
Oh yeah, that should be something that we talk about. We are definitely just going to be given everything about the originals. Hopefully you've watched it. It's not like it's a brand new show. When did it originally come out? Like 2013?
I don't even know. It's just a spinoff from the Vampire Diaries. So, and then after that, we're going to do our other favorite type of people. Tell them, Azra.
What type of people?
The Vikings.
Oh, we are going to do the Vikings, but we still have so much longer before we come to that because
we might change stuff in there.
We still have to get through all of the originals, but I'm excited. You're excited to see Klaus. You already know who I'm excited to see.
Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there, brother.
You better do their voices. So yes, the Ultimatum was not what we were supposed to start our podcast on, but it was a great way to start our podcast because I definitely enjoyed the show. It was good. I am ready to get into the originals. It's been a couple of years since I've watched it, but that's what is up on the lineup next. The originals, Klaus and Elijah.
I love Klaus.
Michelson.
She's Team Elijah. I'm Team Klaus.
I am definitely Team Elijah. Like,
I know.
I can't wait to start watching it again.
I can't either. It's nothing like,
nothing like a vampire.
No, right?
We're not even gonna get started on that because we both got a thing for vampires. I know that may seem odd, but welcome to our odd ass show. We like vampires.
Yes,
they're the whole reason that we started the podcast, even though we didn't start with them.
Yes,
the vampires is what made us start the podcast.
Yeah.
I got my neck out right now.
Look, you thirsty? The girl serving drinks. Call me a bartender,
Oh, every time I go to the doctor, he say I got good veins.
Right. O positive, Got what you
The originals. Okay, y'all, we stupid. We sorry, but we do love the originals. So that's what's next in the lineup. So we hope that y'all stay with us. Come back. Let us know what you thought about the Ultimatum. If you watched it, Thidi is going to give out our email address once again.
It is AT Friendship Diary. So the letters A, the letter T, Friendship Diaries, all lowercase, at gmail.com.
Hey, you guys know what to do. I never know what to do, but I always tell y'all know what to do. I know it's subscribe,
rate, and review.
Subscribe, rate, review. Why don't I ever remember that?
I don't know. It's just,
I think the important part is subscribing. Subscribe and come hang out with us. Listen to us be goofy and talk about just things that make us happy. And right now, the originals are about to make us happy.
Very happy.
It's going to make me more happy than the Ultimatum.
Oh, yeah, way more happy. I mean, there's,
it's
violence, gore, love,
so
sex,
much
blood.
So much blood.
Yeah.
So much violence.
Yes.
Something's wrong with that.
Hey, I know I'm a little dark, but I it's my truth. I accept it.
I accept it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's light in the dark. It's all good.
Yeah. All
right, y'all. We thank you once again.